Who the hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
If Jerry Jones offered you $1 million to pee on him, would you do it?
Well, I don't have to put anything on me, so yeah, I'd pee on Jerry Jones. That would be like a dream come true, actually.
And we are back a little bit heavier, but we are back in the friendly confines. Another fine-to-eyed edition of the Claire-vs-Carlson Show. There are many things you can put in your ears. This is one of them. A Late Night Sports Radio Network, latenightsportsradio.com. She is Claire Dario Mullins at the Claire Bear 23 NFL Female Podcast. She's the boss over there. You know what's up. I'm Andy Carlson at Andy Carlson Show and at Purple for the Win, purpleftw.com. Vikings podcast, Ombre, all that good stuff. And we're at Claire versus Carlson on the Twitter machine, YouTube, iTunes, Spreaker, everything. Facebook.com/Claire versus Carlson Show. Blah, blah, blah. Claire, hi.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Fantastic. Now, you were shuffling less in the background during the intro spiel, so you deserve mad props.
I didn't shuffle at all, let's be honest.
And you also had mad hops like Jeremy Lin. The greatest basketball player in the history of basketball. You guys were fools for letting him go.
Are we being real here?
We've been real, son.
Why would you say such a thing?
Because Team Yellow. As I am a fellow Asian American, we must stick together. There's very few of us.
Oh, yes, very few. Have you ever been to California?
No, I meant in the NBA.
Oh, well, yeah. You're not in the NBA either.
Well, have you ever been to California? I feel like you could use this argument. Have you ever been to a casino? You see lots of us there.
Oh, well, that's true, too.
Yep.
So, there you go.
But already sidetracked and already borderline a little racist, but we have lots to talk about today. Thanksgiving, 3 games that look great on paper turned out to be but it's still NFL. We got some dog love. We talk NFL trades that we would love to see. We have a game, play or nay, except this time I'm in the chair, and Claire has got the questions, allegedly. Excited about that. We also have our Week 13 picks. Week 12 picks were a bloodbath, and I don't really want to get into that. And I have a proposal for Claire towards the end, and we also recap some upcoming movies and what they are really about in the NFL fashion. But first, let's get out of the way. Claire, Thanksgiving, how was it?
Well, it rocked. I mean, it was a day where I tend to be able to control myself. I really do.
There are lots of words that would describe you. Control would be near the bottom of the list.
Maybe I just don't find Thanksgiving foods to be all that delectable.
What?
Turkey is like a third-tier bird, in my opinion.
Oh, what would be on the first and second tier?
I would rather eat chicken than turkey. I would rather eat quail than turkey. So that's how turkey lands in number 3.
You could have chicken fried turkey, though.
Oh, no, I'd rather have duck than turkey. I'd rather have duck than all those bitches. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I forgot you had a swear jar. Duck wins.
Oh, money going in there. All right, now, duck, what part of the duck? Breasts? Are you a breast person?
Nah, I like the dark meat, yo.
You would. All right, so
I didn't say anything.
All right, so going back to turkey, why? How come you're such a hater? It's a once-a-year thing. It's tradition.
Most people, I don't do tradition. I'm not a very traditional sort of girl, if you haven't noticed.
Is that why you celebrate Christmas in March?
Ugh. I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm not really a Christian. But I do enjoy the time spent with family and friends. I just think that if you really, never mind. I won't even go into this.
No, it's okay. Have you seen the Black Friday shoppers? There's nothing Christian about that.
Okay. it's kind of like the RG3 statue at Baylor where they shun the whole idolatry thing in favor of, supposedly do, in favor of religious beliefs, and then they idolize somebody. Christmas is supposed to be about giving and, I don't know, being with family. And if you're Christian, celebrating the birth of Christ. Who really gives a crap how much money you save by throttling 3 old ladies on Black Friday? And every commercial is, ooh, buy this, ooh, buy that. I mean, okay, commercials are always like that. But the whole holiday has been bastardized to this whole shopping extravaganza. Whereas if I was a Christian, my family would be like, there'd be set rules and limitations.
The only gifts allowed are gold, Frankenstein, and myrrh.
Frankincense, I think, is the correct word, not Frankenstein.
Allegedly.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think.
All right, so that's already a Christmas rant off of turkey. But how did you spend your day otherwise? Did you at least enjoy the pie?
I did enjoy the pie.
Thank
and extra whipped topping. Yeah, pie's good. That's where I did overindulge a little bit, but it's pie, and I only eat the pumpkin pie once a year. I don't do the whole pumpkin spice everything. No, pumpkin pie exists for Thanksgiving.
You would be the only white person on earth who does not indulge in all pumpkin spice everything.
Okay, let me tell you, it makes everything you put it in gritty. It's gross texture. And the flavor isn't bad, but the texture is no. Why do people enjoy grit in their coffee drinks and such? It's disgusting. Am I a hater? Probably. But I have logic here. I have real reason.
You're not really a hater. You're for the pie thing, you're kind of a hypocrite because you came out saying, oh, I don't do tradition, but I only eat pumpkin pie once a year. About the 4th week in November, somewhere in there. I don't know. Usually comes along.
Yeah, that is kind of hypocritical.
Where's your 4th of July pumpkin pie, Claire?
Well, I try to watch what I eat.
Happy birthday, America, pumpkin pie.
Certain foods on certain occasions, and pumpkin pie is simply a Thanksgiving occasion, and that's the time I eat it. That's all.
All right, so Claire hates Thanksgiving, likes pumpkin pie, and definitely loves football. So we can talk about that. I mean, we had 3.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
3 pretty decent NFL games. The first one, the early show, the Lions beat the Bears 34-17, 2 touchdowns from Megatron. Apparently, he's okay again. I don't know.
He lost a step according to everybody pregame. So, he was old and he should probably start hanging it up at 29.
It's going to be, I feel like that's going to be part of his legacy when Calvin Johnson retires, is that he always has something, whether it's a knee, whether it's an ankle, whether it's a hamstring. He's always seemingly dinged up.
Well, yeah, but that's what happens to good players. And as long as they're able to play and perform when they do play, then it shouldn't be a knock against them. It should be something that is actually adds to their accolades. That every week they're hurt, and then Calvin Johnson comes out and catches 11 passes for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Jerry Rice never hurt. Jerry Rice never hurt.
Well, good for Jerry Rice. Maybe he had, I don't know, he was able to better not get hurt. But not everybody is going to be Jerry Rice. Let's just be honest. And it doesn't make a player not great because they're not Jerry Rice.
Detroit can be kind of dangerous. I mean, that defense is definitely improved with that front seven. And if that offense could get back in order, back the way that they used to win games and shootouts, they're 8-4 right now in a 3-way tie with Seattle and Dallas for the 2 wildcard spots. Green Bay is still to play this week. They're 8-3. They're hosting New England. That's not going to be a cakewalk. And Detroit does have a win over Green Bay at Ford Field in their back pocket. Still have to go to Lambeau. But Detroit, getting healthy at the right time might make things interesting.
Hey, and let's look, at their offense this game against Chicago. And Chicago's defense is really nothing great. I don't know exactly what they're doing there, but if you look at what Matthew Stafford did, he completed 34-45 for 390 yards. So that was really a pretty good outing even though he had 2 touchdowns. I guess, you want to see more, but they ran the ball in a couple times. You really can't fault them on offense for what they did, and then their defense is showing up. And if they can continue playing like that, then Jim Caldwell has them in a great spot to make playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. The next game up, the meat to this sandwich, or as about this time, I was just finishing up probably the first or second helping, so a little nap and getting into the Sun game. See, Claire, I'm not like you. I have no self-control, especially around the holidays. No. I mean, the turkey and the mashed potatoes and the sweet potatoes and the green bean casserole, which is the only time casserole is applicable over hot dish. And then you got the stuffing, you got the pickled herring, you got the lefse, because I'm Norwegian. Hello.
What?
Yeah.
What the crap are we even talking about? Pickled herring and lefse.
We were talking about a traditional Norwegian Thanksgiving, so eat it.
But you're Asian.
Yeah, I was adopted, raised Norwegian.
Oh. I didn't know that. So there you have it.
Wait, so you really thought that Carlson was a very traditional Korean last name?
No, I thought perhaps like your mother was Korean and married a white male or something to that effect. I didn't know.
You thought my dad might have been a GI?
Well, could have been. I wasn't going to say that out loud, but, since you did.
All right, so the Eagles beat down the Dallas Cowboys 33-10, something that I'm sure made Claire cackle at her household. Mark Sanchez, Thanksgiving Day redemption, of course, 2 years ago was the butt fumble, but today, or yesterday rather, he was 20-29, 217, 1 touchdown, and included a rushing touchdown to get the scoring started. Eagles 9-3 and are in the driver's seat in the NFC East as they play Dallas in 2 more weeks at home at the Link, and Cowboys be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, they find themselves in a pretty difficult situation. While the NFC hasn't been as strong as the AFC so far this season, they do have a pretty tight race there at the top. And, I don't know. I mean, is Tony Romo fighting back through this injury for nothing? Well, I guess we'll find out, but it's not feeling good for them. And finally, LaShawn McCoy seems back to form, and Mark Sanchez had his first scoring run in almost 3 years. And so there wasn't a butt fumble. He didn't humiliate himself publicly, I should say, because there are the occasional Sanchez foibles that we
I don't know. He did almost lose a fumble in a kind of a comical way. It would have been called the hand fumble, I guess, because Crawford got his mid on it.
There you go. So, I don't know. Tony Romo just didn't look so great.
No, their offense had got nothing going, and they couldn't force feed Dez Bryant. And I feel like potentially Dallas and Arizona peaked too soon. You know what I mean? Yep, absolutely.
Dez Bryant only had 73 yards, and so I think didn't the Eagles hold the Cowboys to under 100 yards rushing as a team. You wonder if they're kind of on the downslope of what seemed like a very promising first 2/3 of the season.
And what stuck out to me late in the game, because it was 33 or about 30-10, like halfway through the third quarter. So Dallas kept getting the ball in junk time when teams can usually move it against a prevent defense, but Philadelphia was just shutting them down. Dallas could not get anything going.
Yeah, it wasn't. You just watch this team who had such a prolific offense and wonder. I don't know. You might just want to go back and look at exactly where the Eagles were able to stop them, because that's what other teams are going to be looking at the last few weeks of the season when they're playing Dallas, and they're going to use this game as the blueprint as to how do you stop the Cowboys' offense.
And outside the box thinking, Dallas and Philly both had a quick turnaround as they played on Sunday. Dallas played on Sunday night, and I think it might come back to the conditioning program that Chip Kelly and the Eagles put in place, because they just looked like they had way more gas on a short week, and especially late in the season, teams are wearing down. The Eagles, they had all those injuries on the offensive line. Now they're starting to get healthy, and they have the wind, the conditioning to grind out these late season games. I think it's going to be a huge advantage.
It could be. I just